AWF Galaxy, it is Tuesday at 6:05, and you know what that means. It is time for a brand new control center. Thank you guys so much for watching. A little different setup this week, as you can see. I'm actually in my office trying to get everything finalized for June the 6th for Iron Sharpens Iron. So a little different location, but same kind of stuff, same kind of information for you this week. Let's jump right into it. If you weren't at WrestleJam 14, man, you missed out. May the 16th was incredible, and I just got to say, my hat's off to every man and woman that stepped in the ring that night. You guys put on incredible performances. You guys had incredible matches, went above and beyond to entertain our fans. I want to say thank you to our AWF Hall of Fame inductees and their inductors. Wonderful speeches. I hope that you guys had the chance to check that out last week on YouTube. Huge thanks to the APA, to John Bradshaw Layfield, to Ron Farouk Simmons for entertaining our audiences, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about that later on. To Action Mike Jackson, thank you for coming in. But most importantly, to you, the AWF Galaxy. You guys showed up, you showed out, you stayed hot the whole night. It was hot the whole night, but you guys were on fire, and you took an already incredible night and you made it better. And so from the bottom of my heart, and I know that I speak for our AWF management as well, thank you guys so much for that. Now let's talk about some news that came out of WrestleJam 14. One of the biggest is this. If you're an avid watcher of these videos, I make no bones about this, and I probably should since I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I make no bones about this. Chris Kronk is my favorite wrestler in our AWF locker room. As a matter of fact, one of the things I wanted to do as matchmaker when I came on a permanent basis was to make sure that Kronk came into our locker room more often and was a part of the show. I've been happy to do that. Unfortunately, 2026 has not been very kind to Kronk as far as his win-losses go. He had an opportunity to become the Tennessee heavyweight champion and lost that through nefarious means. He had a barn burner with AMJ back in January, but came up a little bit short. He and AMJ wrestled the Mega Powers for the tag team titles and came up a little short on that. And then, of course, King of the Carnival was kind of messed out of that as well. So a lot riding on this one. You know, Kronk was at our first WrestleJam. He was wanting to get back. He wants to be back every year, as he said in the past. The only way to do that was to accept this open challenge from who we thought was his best friend, AMJ. I touted this match as the match of the night, the show stealer, and that's the reason I put it on first, thinking, you know, just an incredible competition between two best friends. As the match ended, maybe we saw Chris Kronk's true colors. There was a low blow. There was some jaw-jacking at Kronk, or excuse me, at AMJ by Kronk. And Kronk dropped his now former best friend, or maybe not even ever best friend, to become the brand new viral champion. After this was over, the prettiest face in the AWF, Sweet Savannah, was in the crow's nest with the AWF viral champion, the new AWF viral champion. He had these thoughts.
Hello, AWF Galaxy. Help me welcome the new viral champion, Chris Kronk.
If you thought that I was ever friends with AMJ, then you are an idiot. And if you want to know why I did what I did, I gave you a viral moment like that, it is because each and every single one of them, because week after week they have chanted those three letters, AMJ, AMJ. And week after week I have given you match after match that is the best of the night. So I'm going to give you the championship reign that you deserve. And I am willing on June 6th to defend the AWF Viral Championship against anyone except AMJ.
Well, let's send it back to the ring.
Folks, there you have it. The first words from your brand new AWF viral champion, Chris Kronk. And I'll be honest with you, folks. Am I happy with the way that ended? No. I wish more than anything that Crunk could have won that thing cleanly, picked his boy up, shook his hand, gave him a hug, and the Ultimate Icons will continue to run wild over the AWF. But things happen, and I'm not trying to justify Crunk in any sort of the way, but I do kind of get it. He's been messed out of matches, messed out of title matches, messed out of the King of the Carnival. How much can you stand before you can't stand no more, right? As the great poet Popeye has told us in the past. I'm very interested to see how the AWF Galaxy treats Chris Crunk on the 6th. I'm interested to see how his reign progresses. And it may not even have time to progress, because, as you heard the man say, anybody but AMJ is more than willing to come get a shot at the title, come get a shot at the king. He's taking on all comers. Well, folks, no one comes more than Loverboy Lex Lee. And before the night was over, WrestleJam 14, he cornered me and he said, "Daddy Derek, I got to teach Chris Crunk a lesson. I can't have him putting hands on my boy AMJ like that, so make the match. I need to be the AWF Viral Champion." So we're going to make that happen right now. It is official. June the 6th, iron sharpens iron. Loverboy Lex Lee will be challenging the brand new AWF Viral Champion, Chris Crunk, for that championship. Now, speaking of Loverboy, speaking of Sweet Savannah up in the Crow's Nest, we want to say congratulations for them on their engagement. And I'm sure that there will be more information about that down the road. But a night of firsts, a night of love, a night of hatred at WrestleJam 14. But again, congrats to Savannah. Moving on. If you weren't here, you missed an incredible ladder match between Loverboy Lex Lee, Zayeth, Mike Clay, and Casanova Colton Cage. The winner to receive a heavyweight championship title shot against the winner of the Nature Boy Paul Lee versus King Kevin. Well, here's what happened. Colton Cage climbed the ladder, grabbed the contract, and is now your new #1 contender in the Nature Boy Paul Lee after some craziness. King Kevin hit the rock bottom, had him pinned, but Paul, smart enough to put his foot on the rope at the very last second. Our referee Charles didn't see it, but luckily Jeff Morton came down. He showed Charles some footage. I came out. I restarted the match. Paul hits a destroyer onto Kevin and is still your AWF Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately, the Nature Boy did get a little injured, a little banged up during that match, and we are still awaiting medical to see whether or not the Nature Boy can compete on June the 6th. But as of right now, as it stands, 2 huge title matches coming to you on June the 6th. Obviously, the Viral Championships we talked about before, Chris Crunk versus Loverboy Lex Lee. And then, for the Heavyweight Championship, if medically cleared, the Nature Boy Paul Lee will be defending that title against Casanova Colton Cage. Also, and I am stoked and pumped to tell you guys this, Tyler Thorne is back in the Circus Tent Arena on June the 6th, so you don't want to miss that as well. Now, let's rewind a little bit more back to WrestleJam 14. As you know, I did say thank you to the APA for coming out, for being a part of it. Well, the APA, I was honored enough to have them in the ring with me. John pulled me aside and he said, "Hey, Derek, yesterday was Ron Simmons' birthday on May the 15th. He said, do you care if I bring Ron out? We sing a little happy birthday to him." I said, "Absolutely, sir. That'd be my honor." And as that was about to happen, out walks Brian Valor with, obviously, Robbie Roode. Brian gets in the ring, talks a little bit of trash, plays a little FAFO, and, well, he found out. I'm sure you've seen it all over the place. The video's gone viral at this point, where Bradshaw clotheslines Brian Valor out of his loafers. And then Ron Simmons says his favorite catchphrase as well. Huge thing. Honored to be in the ring as that happened. And again, my thanks to the APA. But we got to talk about this. You've probably seen it on our social media as well. Before all that happened, our backstage cameras were able to catch up with Brian Valor after his victory over Action Mike Jackson. Brian got a little too cocky. In walked in Iron Man. And the rest is history. Take it to you right now.
At WrestleJam 14, I took care of Action Mike Jackson. Now, what's next for Brian Valor? That's you, Paul Lee. I'm coming for your AWF heavyweight title, and I'm coming for your career.
Ho, Brian. Golly gee whiz, kid. What's going on with you? What is in your mind? You got Robbie Roode talking this trash. You tried to convince me I didn't need Robbie. He was bad for business. Now you're with Robbie. What in the world is happening, dude? You're better than that.
First of all, Iron Man, don't ever interrupt my time ever again.
Your time?
This is my time. This
Your
is my
time?
promo. This is my chance to talk to Paul Lee. So don't come here and try to big brother me and try to give me some life advice.
You need it.
Oh, I need it.
You need it.
I
Right
need
now,
it.
you ain't thinking straight. You need someone to guide you right. It ain't Robbie. He's going to do like he did everybody else. Look who he's ran through, dude. He built himself up in the Robbie Roode enterprise for him.
Look here, Iron Man. There ain't nothing I gotta say to you, and there ain't nothing I want from you.
There's
There is something we want.
We
from
didn't
him.
invite you in this conversation.
No. I'm here in this conversation because there's something.
I'll
we want
end
from
your
you,
conversation.
And that is, you can.
You're right,
We
I
want
can.
your career. I want your career.
You want my career.
I want your career. Yes.
Well, I didn't say he wanted. It's because that's what Robbie Roode wants.
Well, I know,
Brian.
and I know you're not afraid. You're a big dude, and I know that. If you're not afraid, then I tell you to do this. June the 6th, sign the contract. With us, Robbie Roode Enterprises, we win, you're done. Your career's on the line.
Let me tell
Unless
you.
you're, no.
You don't tell me what I do. Let me tell
No,
you what
unless-
I'm going to do. Let me tell
Iron
you.
Man.
Shh. Let me tell you what I'm going to
Unless-
do. I'm going to take you in the ring and teach you a lesson, son.
You're gonna teach me a lesson.
I'm going to teach you a lesson.
You're gonna teach me a lesson.
I'm going to teach you a lesson.
Put your career on the line.
You want my career?
Put your
Then
career on the
you
line.
want my career.
Sign the contract.
You want my career, Brian.
I
Say,
want your
Brian.
career.
Say, Iron. Brian wants your career. Say
Iron
it.
Man,
We're not going to get in this
I
argument.
want your career.
You got it, big guy.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
Any questions, Iron?
So, folks, it's official. Iron Man going one-on-one with Brian Valor with Robbie Roode in his corner. If Brian wins, this is it for Iron Man. His very last match. Huge implications in this one. Obviously, Iron Man looking to beat some sense into Brian Valor, much like Action Mike Jackson did. We'll see what happens. A lot of things are moving here in the AWF. I'm interested to see how this one turns out. You need to be here for it, though. June the 6th, Circus 10 Arena. You know the deal by now. The tickets are online, AWFWOW.com. Doors are going to open at 6:30. Bell time will be at 8 o'clock. Do not miss this. 2 huge title matches. The return of Tyler Thorne. Iron Man versus Brian Valor with Iron's career on the line. Also, the Rocky Top Rocker is going to be in the house. Also, Jerry Sampson. I'm sorry. Jerry Sampson and the Rocky Top Rocker. It's the same person. I'm not really sure I understand that, but I guess you need to be there to see what happens. So grab your tickets right now. AWFWOW.com. Huge aftermath for WrestleJam 14. You don't want to miss it. June 6th. Start of the summer. It's going to be hot as ever in the Circus 10 Arena. Grab your tickets right now. Folks, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry again that I'm in my office, but we're just trying to finalize all sorts of things right now. As a matter of fact, June the 26th, AWF Shrine Time. It's going to be happening at the Shriners Auditorium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Loverboy Lex Lee will be there. Chris Crunk will be there. The Nature Boy Paul Lee will be there. The Shriners' own Joe Nichols is going to be there as well. Make sure and grab your tickets for that as well. You can grab those at AWFWOW.com. Huge month in June. A lot of fun. We want you to be there for it. So grab your tickets right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be back to our normal scheduled stuff, our more polished things down the road for the next Control Center. But again, thank you guys for coming to WrestleJam 14. Can't wait to see you guys on June the 6th for Iron Sharpens Iron. My name is Derek Zoo. This has been the Control Center. We'll see you back here next week.